block defenses. That's what she's been doing all year as one of the forwards in their 4-4-2.
And on the other side, it is the pairing of Katie Healy and Kimberly Robledo. Healy put a great pass on, Ralph, in 2019 to Robledo for the winner with just 90 seconds left to beat CCNY. I think those two are going to have something to say today.
Well, Healy just personifies what CUNY is about, a two-sport athlete, 3.8 GPA. She is sensational in terms of leading this team, too. She plays left mid, 5'9", strong, powerfully built player, but she also brings so much intangibles where she will see what the game needs. Is that physicality? Is that leadership? Is that just raising the level of her teammates? She can impact today's championship just by her voice in addition to her play.
Absolutely. And, of course, the goalies for both teams are veterans. Cyan Scott for John Jay, the grad transfer, and she's been a starter pretty much every year. She's got double-digit shutouts to her name. Rebecca Gritz, what do these two have to do, Ralph, to ensure their teams can stay in the game against some very good offense?
Well, Cyan Scott is very athletic, and she has a terrific and connected back line in front of her for John Jay. She's important. She could take goals away. Of course, that's stating the obvious, but she can take sure goals away with her athleticism. Lehman, they tend to play by possession defensively, protecting Rebecca Gritz in front of her, and then they push forward with numbers. They play such quick-tempoed soccer. They don't expose their back four as much, but I think Gritz has been there enough, and she knows she could read the game well enough that she can handle things, anything in front of her, as long as the defense gives her an opportunity.
Yes, it is going to be a great game for us to start. Last championship for Lehman 2015. John Jay tries to repeat. He's Ralph Benarchik. I'm Zach Weiss. Stay tuned. We have a great game ahead for you. First kick coming up.
2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Healthfirst. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Healthfirst, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Championship Saturday, the first of two games. Zach Goyce joined by my partner, Ralph Benarchik. It's a rematch of 2015, Ralph. It is Lehman. It is John Jay, #3, versus #6.
Well, I see this John Jay team being very ready to play. They have championship experience from winning in 2019, losing in the final in 2018 to Staten Island. I think there is just a level of expectation under Coach Johnny Clooney, who was an assistant coach under the previous head coach Casey Summers, that recruited a lot of this roster. I think that they are very ready for Lehman. 14 girls that have banded together. They have to be very fluid in the way they use their substitutions. For Samantha Diaz, can Lehman get off to a great start in terms of possession today? That's what I see. Can John Jay? I think John Jay, in terms of 50-50 balls, is always in great shape. Can Lehman develop a nice rhythm to their game today? The field, just a feeling with no wind today. That is different. Typically in these CUNY finals, little wind. We have sunshine for this afternoon game. So the elements, I think, are in favor of Lehman playing a nice possession style. We'll see if they can execute it.
And for Lehman, it's going to be the game of Melanies. Melanie Ciranula and Melanie Huerta have 18 combined goals on the season. And, you know, they keep everything going for the Lightning on the other side for John Jay. And look, by the way, both teams, Lehman 23 goals, John Jay 26 goals. Neither team has an overpowering offense, but they know to score in big games. Talked about it a lot in the open. Ralph, Katie Healy, another 9 goals and 6 assists this season. And this is all just really her warm-up for basketball season.
Yeah, Katie Healy is an inspirational person and player for John Jay. For John Jay, their back four is so organized. The athleticism of Cyan Scott. In league play, they have not allowed a goal. So for Lehman, it is going to have to be a strike of brilliance and perhaps a broken play where, as Samantha Diaz felt, someone will have to capitalize on their chances. They lost 1-0 up in the Bronx back on October 20th, but the game was relatively even for a lot of the game. That was a grass field, so that can kind of be very choppy, and sometimes the grass fields that aren't the smoothest are the great equalizers in soccer. Here on this very smooth turf at Brooklyn College, still a relatively new turf, perhaps that plays well for John Jay in that perspective, but I still see Lehman wanting to come out and establish their rhythm, their movement off ball, and kind of even up the possession. First meeting, it was shots were 11-7 John Jay up at Lehman, so very little separated them. And John Jay maybe aerially with Healy and a couple other players on head balls could be another little separator between these two.
Absolutely, Ralph. And John Jay has won the last 3 games in this series. They are 7-5, dating back to 2012. So again, they've met in the title game before. They're going to do it again, and neither team has a full-time head coach right now. With Johnny Clooney is listed as the interim for John Jay, and Samantha Diaz, who played with the program. She was a 4-year assistant with the program. For both of them, I think that as far as cementing job status, a win today could go a long way.
Yeah, she's a proud alumnus, winning the championship in her senior year. She was a 4-year starter defensively for Lehman. She's been here. She's very excited. And Samantha feels outright that her team deserves this because it's 14 girls that have banded together. At times, they've played in 1 games with only 10 players or 9 players due to class conflicts, work and family conflicts that can pop up. That's how deep Lehman has had to dig to organize a group and still find ways to win.
And for John Jay, they're trying to win their 2nd in a row after coming out on top in 2019. Lehman champions in 2016 and in 2017. In 2017, they also took out. So that was on the men's side. So scratch that. We gave our facts. And Ralph, final keys to the game as we get ready for kickoff between 2 teams that are hungry and ready to try and win it.
Yeah, I just think John Jay, their aggression, I think on the ball they've been very solid this season in all facets. But it comes down to capitalizing on your chances. They're very good at moving together with the ball, so I look to see cohesively with Brooke Fountain as their freshman center attacking mid, how she can impact the match. Then for Lehman, it's combination play, quick strikes. Can they get off to a little bit of a good start? If Lehman can ever lead this game and put some pressure on John Jay, that would be significant because John Jay, I know they can score. It's a matter of can Lehman find themselves in a position to manage out the rest of the game rather than having to play from behind with their lower numbers, particularly in the last 15 minutes to a half hour where their legs could get a little tired.
And as now we look at some goalie numbers for the 2 sides, Rebecca Gritz, 13 starts, 25 goals allowed, 74 saves, started every game with 1 clean sheet. On the other side, Cyan Scott, 12 starts, 15 goals, 54 saves, 8-4 with 5 shutouts, 2 combined, just absolutely ran through the conference. Lexi Reidenbacher did get 4 games. Should it come to that, she's played 186 minutes, 4 goals allowed, 7 saves, and was part of the 2 shutouts. As we get ready, teams are coming out. It's been 2 years. We can finally say it. Championship game getting ready to start.
For all of our fans watching at home, the Bloodhounds will be the home team on the scoreboard.
Lehman is just a great story when you factor in just having 14 players dropping off as the season went. So it's truly about perseverance just to get to this point for all these Division III programs that missed all of last year, and having players that came back to the program that hadn't played as well. So there are so many fantastic stories and Lehman in particular, they never gave up in that John Jay game after trailing. And Samantha Diaz thinks, she has a team that never gives up, period, for the whole year, on and off the field.
And if last year, if the teams had played, we would not see Cyan Scott, we would not see Kimberly Robledo for John Jay. Both would have already graduated. It is big that you can get a grad transfer who was a full-time starter at Mount St. Mary's in 2019, 1,640 minutes. One-time Defensive Player of the Week. She was 9-8-1. She saved 62 shots, and she also played for Arizona Western. So she's got 1 year. This could be her last game. I know she does not want that to be the case. And on the other side, Rebecca Gritz. It's her 5th year. She's been here since 2017. She's been great. She's had Defensive Player of the Week honors. We had Rookie of the Week honors. And while 2019 didn't go so well, they're in the title game. And now John Jay will have it first. We have championship soccer live at Brooklyn College, and to all of you joining us on Facebook Live, we can officially say, now that the ball is in play, welcome. Let's do it. John Jay scoring in the 88th minute in the 2019 championship game on this field. Healy put a ball to Robledo. CCMY thought she was offsides. The call wasn't made. She got one in, and the Bloodhounds were dancing, although a tough loss to TCNJ, Ralph, in the NCAA tournament.
Well, TCNJ is a team on a mission. Their coach, Joe Russo, is retiring after 32 years. TCNJ has been ranked #1 at a lot of times. I suspect the winner of this game will likely play at TCNJ in the NCAA first round next weekend. But you got to get there, and of course the experience and the chance to recruit off of a CUNY championship is significant. Some of the NJAC programs did play in the spring. TCNJ did not, but I think it is so significant that these games happened in CUNY, and it's a chance to build off of it. High school players can see what they accomplished, even in tough circumstances, and then you have a chance to recruit to it and have a little bit bigger numbers in terms of roster.
Yeah, Lehman, very small lineup here. John Jay will have plenty of subs to make, and first half they might play to that advantage. Second half will likely see a starter heavy dose. It's going to be a Bloodhounds throw-in. And again, nice sunny day for us here. Originally supposed to be in the 40s. Weather expected to now be in the 50s for much of the day.
Usually here at Brooklyn College, it's the wind actually for these CUNY championships that plays an impact. We'll see in the men's game coming up that will start sometime around 4:30, but here for the women's game, there should be no adventures from that aspect.
And here come the Bloodhounds. That'll go out of bounds off of your Mari Cordero, the junior from Huntington on the far side. Lehman in their light blue jerseys, John Jay in their whites. Not a single goal, Ralph, as you mentioned, allowed by the Bloodhounds in conference play. Just absolutely dynamite the entire time.
Yeah, the lone close game that John Jay played in league was against Lehman. And a lot of that is truly a credit to their back four. And talking to Ajani Clooney about their strength, the way they build together, the way they're connected in the back four. The center back of Ella Rose Bianca and Julia Leggett, first team CUNY, a grad transfer from College of Mount St. Vincent. Melissa Orr is a freshman on the left that's fit in immediately. And then the right back in the junior Yamari Cordero.
Good ball from Scott. That does not lead to anything. Yeah, it's a John Jay team. They got some transfers. They got a lot of talented players. That'll be a little too strong. Perhaps a through ball like they got the last time they were in this game could end up being the difference. You get one good one. It does seem Lehman not as sound defensively if you can get one deep in a one-on-one. Lightning on the season with 23 goals, 25 allowed. John Jay with 26, and they've given up 19. A lot of close games played by both clubs. That one's lifted ahead. Dangerous.
Yeah, handled well by Ella Rose Bianca. Freshman from Berkeley, Michigan. She has stepped in right away. There's been more pressure perhaps in CUNY on freshmen because so many upperclassmen with the year and a half and the uncertainty, understandably so, graduated early, took advantage of all the extra downtime they had without sports, and especially in John Jay's case, their roster, if you project it forward, is here's a long ball ahead
Lifted
onside.
ahead, it's a one-on-one, shot saved, point blank by Scott. It is not there for Ciranula. Big play from the grad student keeper.
Wow, substantial. Ball was onside, and Ciranula, the leading scorer for Lehman, she did not test Sion Scott enough. I think she had one more touch in her, but Scott, who goes 5'11", and she was able to make herself big. Now she's shaken up.
Yeah, hopefully she is all right. We mentioned this in the open. Lexi Reidenbacher has played a couple games this year. Scott's been there all season, though. Hopefully it's not too much. We will get a clock stoppage just under 5 minutes in. Does look like she's all right. It's moving around okay. And Cyan Scott from Buena Park, California, Arizona Western, Mount St. Mary, and now, of course, with the Bloodhounds in the biggest game of her now 5-year college career.
Yeah, Cyan's leadership has been indispensable. As Johnny Clooney described it, she is a nursing student and coming over from Mount St. Mary's Newburgh up in the lower Hudson Valley. And she's fit in seamlessly, and they had a big need in the program to add a 1-year starting goalie, if not 2, but someone they can plug in right away with John Jay's low numbers as their roster, as I started to touch on. John Jay's roster on paper, if there was a 2020, they would have had a tremendous chance to repeat. They were loaded. They might have been more talented in fall of 2020 compared to 2019 when they won the titles. That's really saying something.
And I don't doubt for a second that they would have been able to band together. Casey Summers built that program really from the ground up in 2013. The ball is in the box. Scott using her height to just grab it. You know, in talking with Casey Summers and looking through how things went, started out with pretty much 0-1 recruit. It slowly went up and up and up, and then before they knew it, they were in the championship, and then really before they knew it, they had won it, and they gave the program their first chance to go to the NCAAs. Battle of the number 3s here will be won by the Bloodhounds. Good work from Orr going against Flores. It gets away. Robledo plays it. Got it through. Jillian Golden. And it is a corner kick, first of the day for the Bloodhounds. So it's like they've got number 14, Brooke Fontaine, running over there to take it.
All right, so look at it. In a lot of these cases, John Jay aerially could have an advantage. Of course, it starts with Katie Healy, not just her basketball. She's 5'9", strong.
It's knocked down and sent out for the moment by Lehman. John Jay will be able to reset near midfield. Cordero lifts it on.
Getting back to the scoring opportunity for Melanie Ciranula, that kind of through ball over the top, I think, is what Lehman has been all about this season. Just quick chips. They're not necessarily the long build-up style of, when you think of long build-up, purpose with possession and stringing 15 passes together. They're more get the ball to the middle of the field, quick combinations, then chip, play their 2 forwards into space, Ciranula and Josefina Flores, playing them into spots. That's how Lehman has been most effective as an attacking group this year.
And that's a good ball from the Bloodhounds to get it to Healy, about 35 yards out. Lifted ahead, Robledo not quite as Grits. Rocking the sweats today. You don't see too often, even in this weather. Goalies not going with the shorts, but she's going sweats. It's a lot hotter than either one of us expected today, that's for sure.
Just a perfect day.
Really can't ask for much more in the first week of November during a weather year that's been definitely odd, but nevertheless, it's just great to have these games. So at this time last year, you didn't know just how long it would be until the return would happen. And there's a bit of a miss pass from Jillian Golden. She missed a month this year, Ralph, September 18th to October 23rd, but has come back and been a big spark in the few matches she's played in since.
Yeah, Jill Golden had a illustrious career playing out east, Suffolk County, at Southold Greenport, and then later it was Mattatuck as a third group. Here is Jill.
Lifting it ahead, Healy. Still got it on her foot. Robledo tracks it, shoots, and offside may have gone up there. The flag was up, may have been Golden trying to sneak in there.
Yeah, it was offsides. But John Jay has the pieces, the personnel, and starting with Jillian Golden, the sophomore from Greenport, in small school competition as a junior at the time, Greenport Southold was in Suffolk County and New York State Class C. They lost in the New York State semifinal. And Jillian had a 33-goal, 16-assist junior year that led Suffolk County.
Cordero's going to get one on. Was that deflected? It was not. They'll have a goal kick. But again, they're coming quickly. You know, we've seen some great balls from Cordero in. Healy has made some great passes already. And if this is how the first, say, 10 minutes have gone, Lehman's going to hope to get something quick before they potentially fall behind in this first half. You can only get so many stops. Now here they come again.
A nice idea there from Mirka Villarreal. She saw Kim Robledo.
Healy has it. Passed inside. Grits quickly off her line. Makes a nice diving play to keep it off the cleats of Cynthia Madrid.
Well, Madrid is such an engine. She is also such a real leader. Even back as a freshman, as we see the replay of it, not off by much with Healy seeing the run in front of her. Cynthia Madrid perhaps covers more miles per game than anybody else on this John Jay team over the course of her career. Always running, very creative. And they have her playing as a wide midfielder in their 4-1-3-2.
That'll go out of bounds. Could not be saved by Jackie Gonzalez, junior from the Bronx. It's a local heavy roster for Lehman. A lot of Bronx residents playing for the Lightning. Trying the same thing again. They're trying to get Ciranula in a 2-on-1. Ooh, collision. They'll let it go, and it will be Lehman possession. On the throw-in, it is Ciranula. John Jay has no problem getting it up the field. Be offside there.
Well, I think John Jay has had the better of it over the last, let's say, 7-8 minutes in terms of stretching out Lehman a little bit. But I still see Lehman as such a threat. That's okay, I think, for Lehman, as long as they stay organized and keep everything in front. And then it's really two touches. The next ball to the middle of the field, and then the chip over the top to get one of their forwards in space. So I think Lehman is comfortable, but they have to remain compact and in their shape.
Crossed inside. Can Healy track it? Yes. Healy leaving it. Shot too high. And, you know, we look at Lehman and their offense. Gabrielle Duchesset was absolutely incredible for CCNY 2 years ago. 22 goals on the season. Obviously, Ciranula hasn't quite done that with her 10. But it reminds me of the CCNY team, whereas they do have one player, and, of course, Lerta has scored 8. They lean on one forward. They kind of put the ball on her foot, see what she can do. We're seeing a lot of that these first 12 minutes, Ralph. As we had a quick John Jay takeaway, and it's just wide off the cleat of Madrid.
Yeah, Grits is not going to be long with her goal kick, so the Bloodhounds, of course, sense it. Now Lehman will have Emily Herrera, the fifth-year senior, take the goal kick. So John Jay can press up a little bit and look for the quick counter by winning the first ball.
Herrera was a first-team CUNYAC All-Star. Six career goals. Here's Robledo. Pass was deflected. native of CUNYAC, New York. This is her 5th year and scored the winner in 2019. Was a goal-scoring machine her first 3 years, but only able to net 3 here in 2021. It was taken away by Lehman. There's no one to pass it to for Huerta. Ends up with Cyan Scott. Good aggression from Ciranula. Not letting anything come easy for John Jay as they try and get the ball back over midfield.
On that last counter for Lehman, I think Melanie Huerta was considering taking it to the corner, laying it back. Ooh, there's a dangerous look. And how about Ciranula testing Scott, who did not want to take the gamble and defended her near post.
Yeah, Melanie Ciranula, aggressive as can be. It's kind of a half shot, half cross, but it was close. Scott made the play, and we have our first Lehman corner. It's going to be taken by number 9, Michaela Canapa, senior from New Rochelle.
Yeah, Canapa's quality, typically, especially her restarts, Lehman can make a living on any restart inside of 35 from her.
Low ball. They're going to pass it back to her. Coming in, line drive. Ball's down and deflected at the point of attack by the Bloodhounds.
Well, Josefina Flores is going to be remembering that. She had a chance to tow it to the far post. There was a lot of traffic in front, but 3 in sky blue had the quick chance to jab at it towards the far post and get Lehman in front.
Yeah, and Ralph, we got to say it here, Lightning did not strike on that opportunity. It's lifted out of bounds. And first of 2 games, folks, Baruch will play against Lehman in the men's game following the conclusion of this one. It'll be a throw-in for the Lightning. A 7-6 record in the regular season coming into today. Guetta lifts it ahead for Golden near midfield. Lifting one through left side, Robledo. Robledo's coming on. She's looking to cross, and it's right into the body of Rebecca Gritz.
Well, Brooke Fontaine did a really nice job of playing the ball out wide to Robledo. Fontaine has fit in immediately to this team. Her set pieces, she's a box-to-box midfielder, and just her vision to play the ball through. Now, so far in the middle of the field for John Jay, their midfield has outplayed Lehman so far.
As John Jay couldn't track it, the strategy of get the ball deep to Ciranula has actually been working pretty well. Will be sent away, the Bloodhound defender. Both teams working very hard these first 17 minutes. Each has had a chance. Both goalies have made a couple of nice plays. That one's lifted ahead. One-on-one. Scott able to get there before Ciranula. That could have been dangerous.
And exactly. That's Michaela Canapa, of course, from New Rochelle. Her restarts, her through balls are what ignite Lehman. And that's the second time today that they found they haven't necessarily had possession, but they'll find the ball at midfield and they know to redirect it and chip it forward. And usually that's Ciranula reading the ball and putting herself in position where she can strike.
Canapa with 3 assists on the year.
And it's almost surprising that she doesn't have more, but I bet you that Canapa has had a lot more quality service to that number of 3 assists. I bet you she probably could be in the vicinity. If we asked Samantha Diaz, she would probably say she could have 10 assists in terms of the volume of quality of balls that she's played in this year for Lehman.
Wouldn't doubt that for a second, Ralph. So many great opportunities created. And at some point, she might decide, hey, maybe I want to take it myself, get in there and look to score at one of her own. She did net 4 goals coming into today in the 2021 season.
Yeah, those are mainly off of restarts for Michaela. That's why John Jay fouling Lehman, they know that anything inside of 35 yards, it's Michaela Canapa time. So you want to limit those. And avoid fouling unless it's absolutely necessary in that kind of range. Nice step in front of Robledo by Monica Vicente.
Pushed out of bounds by Cordero. Not Huerta to get by. Scott with 3 saves in the first 18 minutes. There's a cross. It'll be deflected in another corner coming up for the Lightning.
Yep, and that's against Ciranula, just jumping on a loose ball off of a throw. And here for Lehman, it's dangerous because it's Canapa that will have a right-footed in-swinger to really test Sion Scott. Remember, in the last corner, it was the second ball back in that Josefina Flores had a chance at the tap-in. There was just too much traffic in front.
So here we go with Canapa. Second corner for Lehman, hoping to net the first goal. Is going to go short with it, trying to create a ball in from a different angle. Now she gets it back. Lifts it high. Almost sailed in offside. Flag was up anyway, but wow. That was some ball.
A nice combination, really nice combination that Canapa was able to take herself more into the play and create the better angle by about 8 yards. And look at how it tested Sion Scott, and it put Scott under even more pressure.
We have our first substitution of the day. Nancy Ordaz Tepanekal will replace Monica Vicente. So surprising. It's a small Lehman roster, but they do make the first substitution.
Yeah, they've had to do this all year where you're playing it's really just 2 subs. You have a backup goalie and then just 2 field player subs to a total of 14. So you're not just subbing people, but you're moving their positions at times just to rest people. But these players have also kind of learned, and Samantha Diaz has felt actually with our low numbers, everybody's been much more accountable, from taking care of their bodies to playing for each other. It's kind of that band of brothers kind of idea where you're so low in numbers that everybody has to truly play for each other, because that's the only way it's going to happen. There just is no great numbers of depth, and your margin for error is so small.
As Leggett missed it, ends up with Ciranula coming ahead. Couple white jerseys are with her. Ciranula goes down. We have a foul. Was it in the box? It looks like it may have been. So we may have a penalty shot. Ciranula is shaken up.
Indeed, and that's the right call. There's no doubt about it. If you're Julia Leggett, you got shoulder to shoulder with Melanie. She did not have to foul her there. And you know it's a dangerous player. You know who number 10 is. But Sion Scott was, I think, in decent positions. We see a replay. Leggett, I think, is okay right here, or actually, rather, I checked that. It's actually 4 in Ella Rose Bianca. You're in a place there where she didn't need to do that. She had at least taken away the angle. It was going to be very difficult. It wasn't a 2-on-1. You have support behind you. And for Ella Rose, unfortunately, that's perhaps a freshman that just, her mind is racing ahead of her, and she committed the foul.
But here we go. Penalty kick coming for Ciranula against Scott, trying to give Lehman the lead. It's saved by Sion Scott. She was ready. Beautifully done. That's her 4th save of the first half. Woo!
Well, Scott making the save. This was not really well taken, though, by a scorer such as Ciranula. That was right at her. You didn't make Sion Scott have to guess. It was too close to her center radius. Center radius basically being within a 1.5 yards of each side of the direct center of goal. You didn't test her. And for Sion, she was leaning to her right as we see it again. But look, Melanie does not make Sion Scott move enough, and that's the difference.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, no real angle on that. Scott has to take a couple steps to the left. And in the men's game between Hunter and John Jay 2019, we did have a PK, and I believe the second half, that was also a miss in the game that wound up being 0-all till it went to PKs. Robledo tracks it and creates a throw-in opportunity for the Bloodhounds. Coming up on the halfway point of the opening 45. Zach Weiss, Ralph Benarchik with you live at Brooklyn College. John Jay and Lehman battling the CUNYAC title. with you on Facebook Live. Healy lifts it ahead. Robledo off. Gritz is out. Golden was offside. It will not count, but it is nice for her to probably see that ball rolling after the play.
Yeah, nice redirection by Healy, flicking on the next ball to play her teammate in. But the game's two best chances are for Lehman. They have not necessarily had the better of it in the run of play, but this is what makes the Lightning so dangerous, because they have a great player up top and they have a cohesion about them. They know that Ciranula poses a threat and they know how to play her in, and Kanapan particularly personifies that. They know it's bring the ball down, a couple of touches, look ahead and try to get the forwards to play themselves into some space.
Good passing here from John Jay. Healy gets it through to Golden. Golden, Robledo. Pass was deflected nicely by Fontaine. It will be now a goal kick for the Lightning, serving as the road team as the lower seed for this championship. Neutral site. It's a big shout out, Ralph. You were there last night. Brooklyn College, the women's volleyball team, first title since, what, 1982?
Yep.
Great to see that. They were so close 2 years ago. To see them get it done, absolutely exciting.
Yeah, it was. It just shows you that programs that today in 2021 that might be in the bottom of the standings, it can be done if you build it up. It is not just divine right where it's going to be certain programs that win a championship. If players come together and want to be a part of a rebuild, something Casey Summers talked to me about 3 years ago, is that her early teams, her first, second years, where she had players buy into the idea of being a part of the rebuild is the legacy. That you're going to be a part of teams that you may not win the championship, but you're going to be part of the history of teams that eventually do win the championship by helping John Jay. And it, of course, sure worked out in 2019 in her final year. And I know she gives great credit to those classes of graduating classes, I guess, of 2014, 2015, her early seasons that eventually led to a championship. It takes years to build. It's in college sports, high school sports, is not automatic. You just don't sign free agents, really, and expect even in one calendar year to turn things around from the bottom of the standings to the top. And again, there's an example. Huerta, though, was well defended because Yomari Cordero had her head on a swivel. But that's what Canapa is searching to do. She can shoot from distance, but she has her eyes up, consistently thinking through ball and thinking about playing her forwards or wide midfielders in.
There's another one sent to Cyan Scott, but a very busy first half. Saved a PK, saved another point-blank shot. Biggest reason why we are still 0-0 is the grad transfer keeper, now playing for her third school in what will be her last year. John Jay, Ralph, some great passing throughout thus far. Just has not yet led to a score. Perhaps that can change here as Golden has it. Lifting it through, Madrid, extra pass, Robledo, not quite close.
Yeah, beautiful layoff, though, from Cynthia Madrid. And I think Robledo, she may have had one more pass in her to her right. She had Brooke Fontaine, I think, cutting through. I think she would have loved to have taken one more touch and settled it. John Jay has not gotten their overlapping backs in at all, where you get it wide and you circle and cycle the ball. That neither team has been able to do that in this first half.
Bit of a short kick. Healy sends it back the other way. Takes a Kimberly Robledo bounce. Bodies her defender. Gets to the ball. Deflected. And the foul will go against Kimberly Robledo.
Yeah, that's just great defending. Esmeralda Santos Valencia, sophomore from Bronx Community Charter. She's been the girl that has dealt with an early season foot injury, finally healthy, and she's someone, Samantha Diaz, feels that she has changed us, right? They had the stars and players like Herrera, and of course, and Ciranula, but Esmeralda's rise over the last month has taken Lehman up another notch.
Nice play from Villarreal. Didn't have anyone to pass it to. As we saw Robledo a moment ago, she and Healy have 77 combined tallies over the course of their very impressive careers.
Oh, nice turn. And finally, here's a chance again. This is the left back, and this is what happens when you get the overlap in.
Oh, offside flag was up.
But that's okay, though, for John Jay. Melissa Orr, I think, had another attacking touch in her before she played in Cynthia Madrid, but that's the first time that the Bloodhounds have been able to check it inside. Healy, beautiful turn, back outside, and then Orr can attack, and all of a sudden the Lehman defenders are on their heels because they're looking around, making sure their coverages are fine.
That hit the right hand of Katie Healy, and the call is made. Katie Healy has basketball season to look forward to, and soccer comes to an end. Has been incredible for the Bloodhounds. May have a card coming out here, a yellow, maybe against Jillian Golden.
Yeah, it's just a delay of game against Jill. So she's a forward, so she's going to be under caution the rest of this one in terms of her challenges and how she presses the back four. And you hate that as a coach, and here is a Johnny Clooney just wondering about that. Look, at the same time, she was in the way, but also I think his point is Lehman was also trying to play it quick too. Didn't give Jill the chance to just kind of get in the way of, out of the way either.
That's lifted ahead. Huerta, offside. Getting their chances, no doubt about that, but a little too eager. Maybe if you wait a little longer before making your run, if you trust your speed, maybe they'll get there. It was just like that where John Jay won in 2019. Robledo made a timely run on the pass from Healy, just stayed on for long enough. Going to get a deep throw in for John Jay. Healy created that opportunity. She was looking for Madrid. Coming up on about 15 and a half remaining in the first half. Still even at 0. Lifted toward frame, and Rebecca Gritz is making a fair catch of sorts, sliding in to grab it.
Fontaine, number 14 with the shot, and Rebecca Gritz with the stop.
Yeah, I'd like to see Lehman lay the ball down a little bit more. They are a team that looks to win the second ball. They don't even really focus on going up for head balls. They've made a living off of win the second ball, bam, pass it out, quick strike in that way. Here in the middle of the field, I think they've looked too much to just basically bang the next ball that comes down to their feet. I'd like to see them just lay it off a little bit more composure, spread the field rather than maybe be in a rushed kick and run. Like right here, chance to lay it down, even bring it back. I know they're in an attacking mind, but they could lay it back here and play the next ball across.
Villarreal and Madrid combining to get that quick takeaway. This is what you want if you're John Jay. Katie Healy with room to get the ball to a teammate. Now gets it back. To give and go to Fontaine. And not on the same page, perhaps, with Jillian Golden.
Yeah, but it's there. I mean, these players have played together all season. John Jay, 26 goals. You know, they come in 4 goals against Brooklyn in the semifinal, 3 against CCNY.
Here is Lehman. Pastina. They'll have a throw-in. There's Genevieve Pastina, junior from Port Chester. Had a strong season.
Yeah, that's where when Pastina had the ball, I'd like to see the left back, for example, for Lehman, push hard, get wider, get some width, and be an outlet there as another supporting player. That's when you start to stretch defenses, when they have to cover the full width.
We got a foul against John Jay. 13-19 remaining first half. No fouls called against Lehman yet, 3 against the Bloodhounds. Team with 4 shot attempts for John Jay. They were all on goal. Excuse me, for Lehman, they were all on goal. John Jay just the one. It was the high ball from Fontaine a few minutes ago.
All right, so because it was an injury rather than a foul that stopped it, it's just going to be John Jay possession and no courtesy coming. And again, there's the automatic chip, just to try to make Simonula be a threat, as she is there, but before the wipeout tackle, you just never know on turf the way the ball will bounce and spin, and Julia Leggett had to be perfect there.
Golden lifts it through. John Jay hoping this could be it. Madrid hits the deck. May have just been the brunt of the ball. By the way, folks, the clock on your monitor or on the bottom of your screen says 11:20. We have 12:43 remaining in the first half, just as a heads up. This will be a throw-in for the Bloodhounds. Still no subs for them yet.
So a deep throw for, rather it is a restart for Brooke Fontaine. So they did call the foul against Lehman. First time that John Jay has a quality restart. So look for the ball, of course, to be intended for either Healy or Julia Leggett. And Fontaine has been proficient at these. This is a good area for her, 35 yards out.
Fontaine lifts it in. Good ball. A little too high. Good idea, no doubt about it, for the freshman, but just could not find the back.
I like that Brooke was striking to score there. She's from Vermont. I like that she was aggressive and looking to goal rather than service. A lot of times coaches will allow that to the striker to make a judgment call based on the way the game is going, if there's any weather conditions, wind, etc., rain. But I think that's a pretty good strike. And look, Rebecca Gritz is just 5 feet. So if you test her up high, even if Gritz reaches it, she'll have to perhaps parry it out, and it causes chaos. It causes havoc. And that's where John Jay, especially in the 6, with players like Leggett and Healy, they're just so physically aggressive, they could force the ball into chaos like that.
Brooke Fontaine's consistently on the pitch, 90-plus minutes on 11 occasions, and the one time she didn't, it was 80. That was deflected, and we'll end up with Cyan Scott. It's under 11 minutes to go here in the first half. CUNYAC Women's Soccer Championship, first of 2 contests to be played here at Brooklyn today. Baruch and Lehman men's teams will go next.
Yeah, nice composure there from Fontaine.
Or a bit too much on her pass. Throw-in coming from Lehman. Blado just runs out of space. It was a nice deflection initially. It's going to be sent out of play by Bianca. Now Lehman gets a throw in.
Yeah, that's where I like to see Ella Rose Bianca trust your keeper. Play it back to Cyan Scott. That's also where Scott, as a 5th-year senior, ask for the ball, be in position where you're the outlet. Right? Come outside your 6 and become that sweeper goalie. Come out, be the touch, and then redirect it forward. Instead, you're giving up a deep throw.
It comes in. It's in the box. Healy knocks it away. Deflection, and Scott with her easiest save of the day, her 5th already. Interesting decision. It's a quick touch. There was no angle on it, and it's kind of a wasted opportunity of sorts, perhaps.
I mean, Genevieve Pastena, you've got to attack that ball to strike. Pastena was more worried about making sure she didn't miss rather than shooting to score. Lehman, in order to finish, you've got to be in a finishing mentality there.
Leggett. Supposed to go to Golden, who then left it for Madrid. Still no score, 9 minutes left first half. Did see a nice opportunity for Lehman about 60 seconds ago. Did not quite pan out the way they wanted. Seems the case so far for both sides. They're creating their looks, they're getting the shot, but when the ball is actually on their foot and they're ready to shoot it, they don't actually angle it. They're just happy to get the attempt. Healy lifts it through.
Oh, fine ball.
Deflected. Golden. Space. Jillian Golden. Oh. No.
Jillian, when she looks back at that, she had a layoff for Brooke Fontaine up top. And even aside from that, Jillian's got to use her left foot there. Cut the ball across. You don't have a 6'3" goalie. Cut the ball across. Make them make the save. And I know Jillian, looking back, she wishes she had more composure as she attacked that ball.
We have our first sub for John Jay. Lega Murad is going to replace Villarreal. She'll get about 8 minutes on the pitch. Here's our first sub. Murad is a freshman. She's from Olathe, Kansas. Finding her way to the CUNY.
Yep, they come from all over. That's what makes John Jay, as well as most of the CUNY schools, attracting people from all over.
Didn't we have a Kansas player at tennis last week?
Yes, we did. Yep. And in this case, Villarreal, she's their pit bull holding mid. Murad is a little bit more attacking minded.
Getting a couple early touches just outside the box, tracked by Golden. Deflection. Or.
Yeah, nice thought there by Golden to deal it back to her left back, and then or to have the mindset to find a seam and push.
That's not the touch they wanted at all. Maybe Uma Sissoko that played it off the wrong side of her cleat. Bloodhounds play it through Healy. Lifting. Gritz is off.
Oh, nice challenge by Gritz there. It is a corner, but you know, that's the right play for Rebecca Gritz. No one went over to Robledo. Robledo, who was very good with her back to goal, she would have turned and saw Gritz basically in no man's land. She would have been on the goal line. That was the right play for Gritz to come out, challenge, don't foul, and just step to it like you're a center back.
As we'll see Fontaine taking John Jay's second corner of the afternoon. Still trying to get on the board. Good lift. It's down. It evades every last cleat. And we'll go over the end line for a Lightning goal kick.
All right, so here's the second ball. Lehman will usually back off on the first, hope to win the second, and then release just like that, except they did not have Siranula in any position to run ahead.
With how many chances she's had so far, only a matter of time. The John Jay player trips. They just got to get some separation here. Could not do so. A lot of contact, a lot of action. The ball just ends up with Cyan Scott at the 5-minute mark of the half.
I think Lehman has just been a little too direct in this first half. I just want to see a little bit more, just like in that instance where Kanapa could have laid it off to her left and just get some attacking numbers forward. That one touch starts to make John Jay have to back off, play defense. You can look ahead and then send a cross in. I can't remember Lehman having a cross yet in this first half where they went from one side to the other, and that puts the defense under pressure.
I think we saw one half cross, half shot from Siranula. It ended up being poked over the goal. It's hard to tell exactly what the goal, or rather the intention of her ball was. Healy, long pass ahead. Robledo and Murad are both going for it. Bit of a miscommunication. Ends up back with Katie Healy. Healy making her move. She goes down, free kick just outside the 18.
All right, so now I think it's going to be Brooke Fontaine time. This is in her wheelhouse. This needs to be a shot towards goal. Lehman's going to have to put up a wall. It could even be Katie Healy. The left foot is also dangerous because it'll bend, and it's something a little bit different for Rebecca Gritz.
Yeah, so Healy is on ball. Still no score. 3.5 to go first half. John Jay trying to create a little separation here. Take the 0 off the scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, I would put at least one more on the wall here for Lehman.
Healy takes it, shoots it, and lifts it a little too high.
Taken okay. I just have more of a problem with location. Pick a corner. Gritz is lined up straight. Pick a corner, take something a little bit off of it, and make Gritz come up with a stop.
Oh, they might get another opportunity quickly. Oh, a good effort from Lehman to keep it away from Healy. Ciranula making her run. Can they find her? Ciranula is the one making the pass, making the run. Was Flores. Offside, John Jay, 2:25 to go first half.
Yeah, just an example there as Canapa was leading. I think that the Lehman defense has to slowly trust and move forward. They get so stretched from their midfield to defense when they start to attack that the midfielder doesn't have as much of an option to deal it back. There's just too much. You're almost looking at 20 yards between them. That's why I could see Lehman subtly into the second half, something Samantha Diaz talking about.
Healy continues to apply pressure, and it will be John Jay ball inside 2 minutes. Trying to go quick, or gets it back from Urad. Lifts it over the head of a couple blue jerseys. Now a throw in a little closer toward goal. 1:45 to go first half. Bloodhounds are knocking. Another quick throw in from Orr. Robledo heads it, but Rebecca Gritz tracks it down just as quickly. With it just past midfield are the Bloodhounds. Fontaine was looking for Madrid and will roll out of bounds.
We have not seen Yomari Cordero, the right back, I think, involved enough for John Jay. She's very fast with the ball, a very good dribbler, very aggressive. She was a midfielder as a freshman, and I think she has the speed to track back. That's something I'd like to see in the second half, a little bit more from John Jay.
Lifted ahead. This is dangerous. Scott coming off. We'll chip it ahead to Murad. 35 seconds. Do they have time? They could if they can get a good touch. Healy back to Murad. Near side. Under 30 seconds. Can she get to it before it rolls out of bounds? It will be a goal kick, and that'll pretty much guarantee a scoreless first half, Ralph. A lot of exciting action.
10,
yeah, I think
9,
that John Jay has had the
7,
volume,
6,
but Lehman has had the
5,
quality of chances.
4,
A save penalty in the
2,
22nd minute,
1.
and then Ciranula stopped on a one-on-one breakaway, also by Cyan Scott in the 5th minute. Probably deserving. No score. I think both teams have something to talk about and a couple of things that they can adjust ahead of a deciding second half.
Yeah, so no score at the break. Ralph Benarchik, Zach Weiss. We will be back shortly. Second half action before you know it.
And ladies and gentlemen, during the halftime intermission, we have no score between the
2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Healthfirst. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Healthfirst, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Daylight savings tonight.
No score here at the half. Ralph Bjorchik back with you
It's early this year.
in this CUNY Women's Soccer Championship
That's right.
game between John Jay and Lehman College. Let's go over to Zach Weiss, who's got a special guest.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. John Jay is tied 0-0 with Lehman at the half, and joining me, so we are at halftime, is Kat Alves, the Director of Athletics and Recreation at John Jay. Congratulations, the Bloodhounds are back in the championship, second time in a row.
We're really excited to be here, and we couldn't ask for a better day.
Yeah, we're supposed to be cold today. Beautiful day, brilliant weather, and so, Kat, how great is it for the program now? Second time in a row. Did been a real long rebuild for Casey Summers. She did a great job. Now with Johnny Clooney doing the same. You guys are here, second time in a row. Must feel great.
It feels amazing, and honestly, we're so proud of a million things this year. We're proud that we're safe. We're proud that all of our teams are up and running successfully. And yeah, we're so proud of our women's soccer program. Every single woman on this team has worked hard, and the coaching staff has been amazing.
And it's really great to see Kimberly Robledo back. You know, she would have graduated had there been a season last year. Now she gets another chance to run it back, and maybe, just maybe, she'll work some magic in the second half. But my question for you here is, how great is it? Obviously, losing last year was tough, but to see so many players come back for that extra year that they still want to be playing for John Jay.
It speaks to the culture of, frankly, the women's soccer program that Casey and Johnny have built, and our program as a whole. So we're really excited for the team today and for our future in general.
And with second half action coming up very shortly, you don't have a prediction, but how confident are you that the Bloodhounds will be hoisting another trophy in about an hour's time?
We are proud of our team, and we are very confident.
All right. That is Kat Alves. I am Zach White. Stay tuned, folks. Second half action coming up shortly.
The 2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Healthfirst. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Healthfirst, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
Thank you. Zach Ivkovic here with head coach A.J. Clooney from John Jay. Good to see you after 7 years at John Jay. You're now a head coach, and in your championship game right off the bat as a head coach, give us your assessment of the first half.
First half was tight. Great job by our goalkeeper there. We had, I think it was a tight call, maybe a little soft, a little easy, but as we say, every player steps up to that challenge to meet the requirement, you know, when called upon.
And your goalie obviously had a great season, not allowing any goals in the conference play, continuing, but you were certainly tested. What do you have to do differently in the second half?
I think we just made a few alterations, maybe in the formation, and just switch around more, try to control the midfield a little bit better, create those, try to finish in the final third.
Thank you, AJ. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half action. Zach Weiss, Ralph Benarchik. We're scoreless so far. So, Ralph, as we now come back, what are going to be the keys for each side? Try and get one on the board first.
Yeah, I think for Samantha Diaz of Lehman, I think she's mostly very happy with her first half. They stayed organized and kept all the shots in front. They outshot John Jay 7-5. You have 3 grade A chances, perhaps even 4, I might add to that offensively, despite being outpossessed for the first half. Keeping everything in front still and perhaps connecting a couple more passes. Don't panic as much to just go kick and run. Lay the ball down. And then as we just heard from Ajani Clooney of John Jay, formationally changing things. He'd like to control the midfield better. I think he'd like to get his outside backs to overlap a little bit more. Then you get some dangerous crosses in on Rebecca Gritz, and you create some chaos in front. And also, look, John Jay, they got to be a little cleaner in the back. They almost allowed a rebound goal on a corner kick. They fouled in the box. You know, it goes me, you know, the call, you know, 50-50 call perhaps. But the bottom line is you don't want to put yourself in the position where the foul is even a possibility. So they got to remain organized there defensively. Yeah, 3 grade A chances so far for Lehman. And I think the Lightning kind of just like the way the flow of this game has gone.
So we have a throw in deep for John Jay. Cordero is going to send it in. Madrid. In the box, cross, deflection, sent out by the Lightning. Interesting, they only made 1 first half sub as the ball is in. High bounce, it is going to be wide, picked up by Gritz, but only 1 sub was made by Lehman in the first half, Ralph, and it's notable because it was Vicente's first time exiting a game in her last 12. It played the full 90 in 11 straight.
Yeah, and that's been Lehman all year, where you're juggling basically 11 to 12 field players most of the season, so you're moving them around, you're resting people while they're still in the game at times. You're putting your forwards back to outside back occasionally, whatever you can do to limit some of the running that takes place. So these girls are used to it. Nice thought there from Healy, but to step in front there was the center back, Emily Herrera.
And there will be a moment in the game where Healy gets an opportunity and just lifts a great one through. Maybe it's right now. Golden! Offside flag is up, and
she's got to be careful. That was Golden taking a shot. Remember, she is on a yellow. So the center referee here, Luca Blasi, not Luca Brazzi. Luca Blasi is explaining to her, look, the whistle had already blown. You're on a yellow. Under normal circumstances, he may have given her a yellow, but because she is on one, this is a good job by Luca Blasi here to show restraint, not give it, because it would be a game-changing second yellow that would put John Jay down a man for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it would definitely change things up. And we'll see how it affects Golden now moving ahead. It takes a bounce in favor of the Bloodhounds. Robledo up ahead, Madrid.
Better, though, from John Jay. Stretching out Lehman a little bit. One of Lehman's biggest issues in the first half has been basically goal kick clearances. Either Gritz or Emily Herrera, they're not quite getting the ball even across midfield. They're only getting it down about 35 yards. So this is keeping Lehman pinned in for large stretches. And just like this one, right, look how short this is.
certainly not the kick they wanted. It'll be a foul going maybe a bit too high, Healy there. Actually not Healy, rather Leggett picks it up.
And that's a break for Lehman. This has not been a physically overly aggressive game, so the rare kind of contact there, the official Luca Blasi will make the call. This just gives Lehman a chance to exhale, get some numbers forward, and just switch the point of attack. It works like a punt in football.
So it's line drive kick ahead by Herrera. Madrid will just let it go out of play before Vicente can get a touch. Wind picking up a bit here, really second half. Long ball up ahead. Golden heads it up. Tracking it down. Jillian Golden, the goal is open. It's off the crossbar. Second try. Deflection. Still down. John Jay with it. Fontaine lifts it into the sliding arms of Rebecca Gritz.
Shots taken by
Well taken from Jillian Golden. She let the ball settle. She actually beat Gritz to the near post where she was. That's just a goal scorer's goal, and she hit the low post. Nothing Gritz was going to be able to do. She played it simply. Just bad luck against her.
Man, both teams have had some great chances. We've now played 49.5 minutes of scoreless soccer.
Just well taken by Golden. I can't state that worth mentioning again because she did not panic, and she looked up. She did not try to do too much with it and pull it all the way across, and she just played it simply through the keeper low and hard.
There's an easy pickup for Scott. Well before Huerta can get there. Huerta, 6 goals, 3 assists in 2019. Was a CUNYAC All-Star. Had a goal in the semis against CCNY. CCNY defeated Lehman in the regular season. They got their revenge in the playoffs. Golden on the far side runs out of real estate.
What's the matter? Oh, you've been reading my stuff?
See, I'd like to see that ball being played back. Get it back to Julia Leggett. Then she can move it along to her right back. Cordero has a lot of space. Great pressure there by Cinerulo.
Ciranula lifts it ahead. With his Canapa, I believe, on the far side, getting a chip that hits the side of the frame.
Yeah, that's Melanie Huerta on that side. But that's where John Jay, look, they could have spread the field a little bit more just by dealing the pass back and let everybody start to make their runs off ball. You start to make the defense have to make decisions because they get stretched.
Now ends up with Madrid just shy of midfield. Passing into a sea of blue.
Nice calm touch there from Melissa Orr.
Rolling near the out-of-bounds line. Stays with Lehman, just shy of midfield, but that was out of bounds first. Sarah Newell leading the way with 10 goals for them coming into today. Huerta with 8, Canapa with 4, and then Eliana Felix with 1. That's it. 4 players have netted 1. John Jay led by Healy with 9, Golden 4, Robledo 3, Fontaine 2, and then 9 other players, each with 1. Healy with it on the far side. Ran out of space. If she had maybe another second, could have sent a bullet of a cross over to Madrid. Oh, it takes a bit of a weird bounce. Favors Madrid. Up ahead, Yamari Cordero. You throw it.
Yeah, Cordero asking for the foul. This game has mostly been played with not much physical contact. That could have been called there. But for the first time, remember I talked about Yamari Cordero had seen very limited time up the field in the offensive third.
Oh, it's in the box. Healy off the crossbar. Almost had it. Golden Owl to reset it. Gets it back. Turns. Jillian Golden sails it wide. They're getting their chances. They're licking their chops.
Oh, well done, especially off the throw. Katie Healy just read the ball's bounce and rocketed it with her left foot. If the ball is unframed, there's nothing Grits can do about it. The shot is just hit too hard, where even if she gets hands on it, yeah, it is just coming with such great pace. Even before that, a little bit earlier to the start of that replay, just the way Healy approached that ball off the throw was something very subtle, but done at a high college soccer level, where she knew she could potentially line up a shot off of the throw.
There'll be plenty more chances for both sides over the next 35.5 minutes, but John Jay still coming again. Golden, saved by Grits, coming off her line. It'll create a corner for the Bloodhounds. It's going to be their third of the afternoon.
Yeah, this is much better now from John Jay. Their opportunities in this second half have all been inside the box. And look at the run being made on the inside here from Jillian Golden. And we're going to see she had Robledo making the run. That was certainly a shot. But Jillian also had a chance to just play in a ball for service and our potential head ball.
Here comes the corner from Fontaine, a bit shorter than the others. Header, deflection, another header, contact in the box, no call, off the post. Grits has it.
Well, a big collision as Julia Leggett collided with John Jay player, or rather a Lehman player, and Emily Herrera, both going after the ball for potential head ball clearance for Herrera. Nasty collision, but they're both back on their feet.
It is good to see, as you see Leggett holding her head. Women survives another chance. So here was the corner. See up short ball. Off the head of Villarreal, collision. Everybody was up.
Yeah, it was Leggett pursuing kind of the second ball, and just to head the ball back towards it, and running through it was Emily Herrera.
Villarreal. Had her pass deflected. Getting a touch in there is Melissa Orr. 1 goal on the season and 1 assist, both coming in the same game when they battled with York. This is dangerous. Cordero's gonna have to send it away from Ciranula for a throw, and that was great pressure again from number 10.
She gives them a chance to be dangerous at all times. Lehman has not been able to play the ball to Melanie's feet at all in this game. Everything has been chipped to her in space. She's had very little time in terms of dribbling at defenders.
Good lift on that one. Now Villarreal comes to the near side official right in front of our setup. Throw in coming. John Jay. 11.5 gone by. Second half championship. Robledo lost possession.
And nice step from Cordero.
Villarreal lifts it ahead. Going to be a John Jay throw-in off the head of Herrera. Deep in the attacking third. We'll have another throw in. Not she scratched that. It was off of Robledo. Siranula lifts it ahead and follows her pass. Couldn't quite get the takeaway. Here's Leggett. Giving it up. Villarreal keeps it on her foot. Hits the deck. Ref says play.
Yeah, her first touch for Merca, a little too heavy. And that allowed Canepa to eventually get herself back into play and defend.
A good denial there, keeping it away from Pastina. It was Bianca who scored the first goal of her career during the 4-0 rout of Brooklyn, poking it free. Had that ball actually gone to the foot of Pastina, you would have seen a great chance for Lehman to strike first.
Well, the story of the first half was missed grade A opportunities for Lehman. They could have 2 to 3 goals based on the quality of their chances. John Jay, I think, okay with shot volume, but it just hasn't been to the quality. Here, they've been the much better side in terms of the quality. Lehman hasn't had really anything towards goal in the second half.
Madrid got it to Golden. Oh, what a deflection by Madrid, keeping him honest here.
Oh, nice step by Orr.
Another deflection, it's Healy. Bianco lifting one. They let it hit the ground. Ball is down. Golden comes out with it. Robledo. Offside.
Now John Jay continues to probe. You could just sense that they have a goal in them in this second half. Their outside backs have been a little bit more involved. Their midfield, look at how deep they've gotten between Villarreal, Fontaine, Healy. They're so much more deeper up the field in this second half.
Long run, but easily tracked down by Leggett. The grad student from Monroe, New York. This is her last go-round.
Yeah, she played at Monroe Woodbury. That's one of New York State's, especially upstate, outside of Long Island, one of the traditional powers in New York State Class AA. She experienced a lot of winning and the winning culture, too. When you recruit not just great talent, but when you recruit from great programs, that can change college programs, too. Coaches often talk about that if you're starting from scratch, you just don't have a tradition of winning. That's one way to do it, by bringing in people with that winning pedigree from high school, where they expect to work at a certain level, and they have expectations to not just play, but compete to win.
As Healy lifted a nice one ahead for Madrid. Madrid ends up going out off her cleat as they're going to get a sub. Race to the horn. Yes, there it comes. Murad will come back into the game. When you sub out in the second half, you can return once. She's going to get Robledo this time. It's getting Villarreal the first.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see Robledo return later on. Interestingly, in the first meeting between the two teams, one thing for Lehman of note, with Melanie Siranula, she had to run to class because she is already taking grad classes. She had to run the class in that game, so she didn't even finish out the home Lehman game against John Jay on October 20th. So just to put into perspective what these student athletes are experiencing.
That'll be sent away. No call in the box. We do have a corner kick ensuing. A throw-in, excuse me, for the Bloodhounds. Healy lifting it over to Bianca. Bianca, high ball, wide of frame. Chris just watched it sail out.
Okay. Again, that's a ball I'd like to see her just lay down and play it wide from Melissa Orr to her left, and then let Orr attack and get wide. And then Orr can whip in a more dangerous cross, one that is lower, where you can get numbers on the end of it versus just kind of that volley that you hope, and it's really a Hail Mary kind of a volley.
And again, it's a ball lifted deep. It should reach Scott in plenty of time, and it does. It evades everybody's foot. Murad, not quite. It was a little too quick for her. Could have been something for John Jay. They have controlled most of this second half. Their Ciranula put 3 shots on goal, including a PK in the first 45. Just couldn't find the back. The only one celebrating so far, the defense. There's no goal celebrations. The forwards still yet to put one through. Winner gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, and will play next Saturday. Kick from Grits took a very friendly John Jay bounce. Murad leaves it for Cordero. Looking for Madrid on the right side. A stay Bloodhound ball. High ball in, and a nice play by Grits. If she had dropped that one from Leggett, could have rolled around, and John Jay could have gotten a touch inside.
Hey, look, you don't see keepers wear sunglasses often. Today it especially works on that ball. Still, I like to see Julia Leggett lay that ball across, back to her center back. Keep up the possession. It's just a wasted ball. In this case, because of how short the goal kicks have been, it's not bad for John Jay, but I like to see them just possess more.
As Grits gets it, yeah, I mean, how?
Because with each one of these goal kicks, you can press high. They're going to go out 35 yards, and and chances are John Jay is going to win the ball back. But I like to see them attack by putting passes together. Again, they get the ball back, and now by putting and stringing passes together.
As Healy, that will be John Jay ball on the deflection. Katie Healy just sent it deep. But good things happen when you get the ball on her foot. Gets it again. Healy on the cross. Deflection. Turn. No one was home. It'll be a reset beyond midfield for the Bloodhounds.
Yeah, Lehman is just hanging on right now. Basically, they have all players back in their own defensive third.
Oh, there's a deflection. Ciranula. Oh, that's a great play by Leggett. That would have been a through ball.
Yeah, she needed to chip it over the top.
Oh, nice job by Murad. Now it's Golden. She's got a little room here. But she passed it right to Grits.
Yeah, that time the ball needed to be released a little bit sooner to Cynthia Madrid, and Madrid was trying to do everything to stay onside here on the near side of the field. It needed to be one touch from Golden and then moved wide.
Coming up here on minute 66. Still got donuts for both sides. Villarreal lifts it for Murad. With room. Create a throw-in opportunity. Running over to get it, Yamari Cordero. It's part of the 2019 title and scored her first ever goal the last time they went against Lehman. Played every second of that last championship, too. Stays John Jay. Got it to Healy. It's a great pass, but Golden was not near the ball. Let it roll over the end line.
Yeah, John Jay up to 16 shots now, and this has all been a result of basically bogging down the middle of the field. Just balls like this where it's going to be a throw. Lehman had that one midfield restart on the foul by Leggett climbing on over the back. Otherwise, I can't remember them being across midfield.
Yeah, it's not been there a ton for them, but here they come. Huerta. That was played well by John Jay.
Yeah, just a little bit rushed. She could have looked around. That's also off-ball communication has to happen. Monica Vicente's got to yell out there, left, left, leave it here, left, because anything from Canapa just laid along to the near side, and you have a chance to attack together.
Canapa gets it through. Defender goes down. Why'd she go down? Because there was a foul. Josefina Flores will replace Vicente the next opportunity. Villarreal for Madrid. Out of play, here comes the sub. And there's the horn.
Josefina Flores, number 3, replaces
Robledo also back in after a short break. She's going to get Villarreal. Short rest for Robledo, who will likely finish out the game now.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And what this should do for John Jay is you put Murad now more to a midfield spot, although Robledo is someone that's very comfortable in checking back for the ball. She's known for her scoring in her career. Coming out of Suffolk County, Class AA program, CUNYAC, always a contender.
There's an opportunity for John Jay if they can just keep it. And who else but Katie Healy to even set it up for them. She has been fantastic. Huerta is applying the pressure. Urad creating a throw-in opportunity for the team in white. .69 minutes in, still zeros. That was deflected. Well done, Katie Healy. That's a corner. And running over again, Ralph, Brooke Fontaine.
All right, here, Fontaine, the last one, she left it a little too short and flat. She's going to get this one a little bit more in the air and give someone, either Leggett or Healy, a chance. Let's see if she gets some height here and some arc.
Short kick.
Again, not enough. Not enough. It doesn't put the defense on their heels enough.
As I was easily sent to Grits. Quick play for the 5-foot senior goalie who went to Summit School in grades 9 to 12. Sent through, easily playable for Scott. Huerta, nothing there. So 5 shots on goal for Lehman, all in the first half. Canapa, Pistina, Ciranula. And in the second half, it's been all Bloodhounds, are now +10 in the shot category. Winning the corner battle 4-2. Only 7 fouls called in all. We did have the yellow card, of course, on Jillian Golden. Healy goes down.
A nice step by Ciranula, who has not been involved at all offensively, but she has to help and check back for the ball just like that. Lehman just needs some ball winning, someone to win the ball somewhere outside their defensive third, check it back, and then dart ahead. And they've been forced to just go to kick and run and basically sending the ball ahead and just hoping to punt it, in effect icing the puck.
Good ball by Ciranula, will get to Huerta. A lot of contact, just be sent out for for a Lehman throw, under 20 minutes in the second half.
This is a lot more what we saw in the first half. First time we've seen it in the second for Lehman, where they're playing so much defense, and they finally, though, they get someone forward to check it back, and they can build up through the throw.
Evaded the first foot there as it's going to go back to Scott. Again, appreciate everybody joining us on Facebook Live for the first of 2 games of the CUNYAC Women's Soccer Championship. Ralph Benarchik I'm Zach Weiss with you. Still scoreless as we enter minute 72. John Jay scored their winner with just 90 seconds on the clock in 2019 against CCNY. Healy to Robledo. No one is easily sent right at Scott. CCNY had even the score not long before that goal. So should we see a regulation strike, there's still more than a couple minutes on the clock. It will certainly not just be the be-all, end-all. Healy comes the other way. Still applying the pressure. And there's going to be a foul, perhaps, against Murad.
Yeah, that was Healy actually fouling Uma Sissoko, freshman from the Bronx and Inwood Prep. One of the two center backs for Lehman. To Lehman's credit, despite all the pressure that have been under in the second half, they have not had kind of the mistake or poor touch. They have not fouled John Jay in a bad spot. They've given up throws, they've given up possession, but they've kept up with their marks.
Ciranula lifts it ahead. Huerta goes down, no call.
You know what? That was subtle from Julia Leggett. That's an experienced defender. Huerta is down.
Canapa in shooting range with a cross poked away. As Huerta is back up, they stole it again. That was deflected. Huerta couldn't stop the ball. But here is Pastina. It's the longest Lehman's had the ball in the attacking third by far. Guido has it taken away. John Jay had the numbers.
It's the first time in the second half where the Lehman back four all crossed midfield. So we'll see if they can build on that and just gain some confidence that, you know what, we can move forward as a group. We don't just have to survive and hang on and hope that we remain scoreless.
As you see the men's team for Lehman in the background, they're on the right side. Baruch on the left. Foul call. Free kick coming near midfield.
There's the Lehman team. Meanwhile, center referee Luca Blasi speaking to Katie Healy about some of her aggressive play. Look, Healy plays the game with a Division I physicality. She's just built to play well. Calhoun High School, where she played in Nassau County, played against tons of Division I players, high-level club players with East Meadow Soccer Club, the Massapequa Soccer Club. She played for the Franklin Square Kickers. She plays the game in a different physicality than maybe the rest of these Division III players are used to.
There's no doubt about that. It's very rare you get someone that plays soccer and basketball at any division. One of the main reasons she chose John Jay is that she had the chance to do both. She dominates both sports. It's a goal-scoring, assist machine on the soccer pitch and a double-double machine on the basketball court. Just knows how to get position and be physical while towing the line of being too aggressive. She doesn't foul out often, doesn't foul too often on the pitch here either. Free kick from about 35 yards out coming for John Jay.
Yep, and that's where Healy's aggressiveness, her hard step, and you have to play aggressive with her too. It works both ways, and the foul called against Michaela Canapa. So this sets up a restart of, call it 25 yards for Brooke Fontaine. This is, again, right in her wheelhouse where I think she should be shooting to goal rather than service here.
So here we go with Fontaine. It was only Lehman's third foul. Here comes the free kick. Lifted high, and it's in! Brooke Fontaine puts it on the board, and John Jay strikes first with 14:20 on the clock.
Exactly. She had a look. Remember in the first half that she sailed over the bar? I like the demeanor from Brooke Fontaine. There was no question that she was shooting to score in that position rather than service. And while it's an unassisted goal, it is truly the credit to Katie Healy, because Healy's aggressiveness forced Lehman to foul her to set it up. And now Lehman is going to be forced to open it up a bit. And Lehman just can't sit back anymore.
They have a corner. That happened very fast. About 18 seconds off the clock. And again, there's the free kick again. That is beautiful. Finally, someone taking a shot, picked a spot. Didn't just shoot it blindly. That's what we've seen a lot of on these good setups. And there it went. So here's a corner for Lehman quickly. Canapa. 13:35 now to equalize.
And this is important. Look, it's a right-footed in-swinger.
It's in. Headed away by the Bloodhounds.
And, of course, it was Healy winning the head ball.
Murad's going to get the foul in her favor. Call against Herrera. She's only played now 21 minutes. She's been the only John Jay sub, but Ralph, she has been very good.
Yeah, I like what I've seen out of Layla Murad. She's going to be a very good player as a either wide midfielder or even a center attacking mid down the road. Again, John Jay is going to have significant graduation losses again from this group.
There's some good movement here from the Bloodhounds, trying to keep it away from the Lightning.
And there's no reason for John Jay to change anything with what they're doing. They have had Lehman completely on their heels. I don't care that it's 1-0. They should still be in attack mode. Nice step by Herrera. CUNY All-Star. She's a center back, but you could tell just in that little sequence how fine of a player she is.
It's lifted ahead. Bianca's got to send it away. She does a very nice job of that. Now it plays to Golden's favor. Jillian Golden centers it. Long shot. Gritz makes the save. Wants to take it herself.
She had options there. She had Cynthia Madrid, a layoff at the top of the box, and it would have been interesting to see what combination could have happened there for the Bloodhounds.
Now it's lifted ahead. That's a tough spot. He'll stay Lehman. Here, Johnny Clooney nearby. Tells his team to keep working, stay moving. 1-0 game, 11.5. Lehman going to be as aggressive as ever. Here's Huerta on the left side. Gets inside the box. Huerta, what a save by Cyan Scott.
Whoa, I mean, defenders were sort of backing off there, daring Melanie Huerta to shoot. You don't want to do that. Huerta's had a very good year. Huerta probably had at least one more touch in her, too, to take another step forward.
As John Jay will make a sub. It'll be DeGlopper. She's going to get Golden, so perhaps an extra defender now to make sure Lehman doesn't equalize.
John Jay, number 21, Morgan DeGlopper will replace number 11.
I suspect we'll see Morgan here play and perhaps a holding mid spot, and then we'll see Jillian Golden come back at the end just for her to pressure the ball for the final 5 minutes. The team that leads can make subs freely until the 5-minute mark. Then every time the team that leads makes a sub, the clock stops. So John Jay has 5.5 minutes to kind of manipulate that aspect of the clock.
Good throw in by Siranula. Huerta got it. It's going to be a Lightning throw. John Jay with an 18-8 edge in shots. And of all the opportunities, it was the set piece that put one in to get them the lead. Corner kick. This is going to be the 4th corner for the Lightning.
These are all significant, Zach. Canapa has the strength to get the ball. She's put the ball in good spots. I think could she get it high enough? The problem is John Jay has dominated in the air, specifically Healy, on these clearances. Better.
It's in. It's a good ball. Header. And it ends up with Scott. Whole mess of bodies around her.
Much better, though. You saw the air getting the ball to the backside. Not a great header in terms of strength on it, but much better in terms of service and execution.
Good passing here from the Bloodhounds. It's Healy lifting it. Madrid able to get to it. The battle of the 16s, Madrid and Pastina. And that'll go John Jay. Just a couple feet away, and it would have been a corner. Cordero gets it in. There's a shot off the top of the frame. DeGlopper's only been in about 60 seconds and put a great one on, just a little too high.
Yeah, I like the thought there from Morgan. She lined it up. There were really no passing angles, so she said, why not? You have a retreating goalie. You could try to place it to the high part of the goal, and anything on frame, it's in.
Go out off the Bloodhounds. Lehman has 8 minutes, as you see again from DeGlopper, just a little too high, but a great idea. They have about 8 minutes to try and equalize and save their season. If not, the Bloodhounds will win for a second straight tournament. Fontaine making a long run. Grits all the way off. She has a long way to go to get back. She is. And Lehman gets very lucky there. They're not out of the woods yet.
Nice insert there by Bianca.
As that was lifted inside by DeGlopper. Played easily by Grits.
Well, what I like from John Jay is that they are not playing as if to protect the lead. They are playing to try to bury this game and get a second.
If they can keep the ball off the foot of Serenula, they may have a good chance to do so. Grits will get it before Robledo. 7 minutes left. Headed backwards by DeGlopper, but this is no problem for Julia Leggett. Undergrad as a Dolphin at Mount St. Vincent. Never made it to the Skyline Championship game. This is her first conference final. Robledo gets to it. Poked away. John Jay will have a throw. 6.5 on the clock. So we got another sub. Ralph, good call. About just over the 6-minute mark. Golden is going to be coming in. Did they know that there's going to be a sub? They're getting ready to throw the ball. Someone's got to get me a rad here. Now she knows.
Returning for John Jay is number 11, Jillian.
So Golden in for Murad.
Placing number 22, Layla Murad.
28 very good minutes for her.
Yeah, I like what she brought to the game today for John Jay.
Lifted high. Robledo couldn't get her head on. It was poked away by Rebecca Grits. Sent back in, now sent out by Lehman. And it cannot be tracked down by Melissa Orr. Under 6 to play. Lehman likely going to start getting desperate in these last 5.5 minutes. They need a goal to save their year and extend the game.
A nice step by Leggett. Well, Lehman, since the goal, they've gotten 2 corners out of it. They've been in more in an attacking mindset, so that has at least balanced the tilt of the field. But the story of this first half was the 30-plus minutes of John Jay keeping Lehman pinned in their defensive third.
Oh, it takes a Lehman bounce. That was a nice, quick send ahead by Cordero. Madrid keeps it in play. Oh, what a ball. She's tripped. No call on that. Was a lot of contact.
Yeah, that was just good defending by Esmeralda Santos Valencia, the left back, to just step in front of Madrid as she tried to play the ball through her.
4:20 to go. John Jay still up 1-0 on the Fontaine free kick score. John Jay going to be a no rush over these next 4 minutes. Nice deflection by Golden. Under 4 now. John Jay with the 19-9 edge and shots. 8 saves for Cyan Scott. In what could have potentially been the last game of her career. Of course, depending on the outcome, there's still time. She's hoping to keep the clean sheet all the way to the final whistle.
And remember what I mentioned right at the top of the broadcast. If Lehman could ever lead John Jay, because they would likely not have the possession battle, the possession rate. Today, it's probably been an 80-20 split. It's a very wide margin of possession today for John Jay. But if Lehman could ever lead, and then they can protect Rebecca Gritz, stay organized in the back, and force shots from the outside, they'd be in good shape.
Oh, here we go. It's poked away by Cordero. Fighting for it there was Josefina Flores. Bloodhounds escape.
Yeah, there's just not enough numbers forward in those cases for Lehman.
That's a great pass right there, Ralph. They just had a player making a run, but it just will end up with Scott, who can take some time off.
And the first half chances, the 3 of them for Lehman, they had their looks. Ciranula in the 5th minute, the one-on-one breakaway, stop made, 22nd minute penalty kick. And for a finisher like her, she put it right at Cyan Scott. Again, no problem. She was 0 for 2 there. And then the Genevieve Pastena kind of little rebound where she was wide open inside the box, put it right at the goalie. Flores, remember the corner kick early.
Oh, through ball. Madrid couldn't get it. Robledo. Was it touched by Gritz? No. Minute 50 for Lehman to try and tie. It is going to be scramble mode for the next 100 seconds. Healich trying to take some time, passing it ahead. Anytime we see John Jay with the ball, we're probably going to see them near the sideline, daring Lehman to take it away, just poke it out of bounds. Minute 25. Healy taking some time off. And a great decision from Bianca. Gritz is all the way off and has it. Minute 10 for Lehman. Season's on the line. Gritz does not have the strongest foot, but he can still win it on the ground, as Ciranula will. Sends it ahead, Huerta. 1 minute to go. Ciranula. Can she get there? She will. She shoots. And it's too high. That was it for Lehman. That was the last gasp, and it's just too high. If she could have that one back. Man, we're under 45. John Jay could take it to about 30 seconds now before kicking this.
Wow, I'm blown away that Melanie Ciranula was able to, A, get onto that ball, and then on the move, get a shot off like that. That was so close from 30 yards.
25 seconds. If you're John Jay, just send it. Oh, they can't. Lehman took it. Deflection. Herrera's back up. Robledo. 20 seconds. We have a foul. Will they stop the clock on it? Does not look like it. Although now they will. 12 seconds remaining. 12 seconds to go.
Well, what a victory this is going to be for John Jay. The program only started in 2009. So you're looking at, this is their 12th season of competition, First final in 2011, then 18 they lost, 19 they won it. Now they're going to go back-to-back. What a program. Congratulations to these players off the pandemic and this staff.
That is going to do it. Drake needs to add a new lyric because John Jay has gone back-to-back 2019, 2021. It's Brooke Fontaine with the free kick in the 76th minute. The Bloodhounds defend their title because there wasn't a season last year. They get this year, so they get eligibility differences. They get Robledo. They pick up Cyan Scott. Lehman had their opportunities. They played a great game, but John Jay had 20 shots. They had the best one, and Ralph, once again, champions are the Bloodhounds.
Well-deserved. They had the best talent in the CUNY. They went unscored upon. This did not come easy. They needed breaks today. They could have trailed 1-2, 3-0 in the first half. They got outplayed, but credit to the seniors and Coach Johnny Clooney. He got his team to play with more urgency and apply more pressure. And pressure breaks pipes. And that's what that did to Lehman. They kept them in the defensive third the whole time. The first half was a little bit more balanced. I think John Jay came out in the second half and I think as a group said, we are not allowing any more chances. We're going to keep coming at Lehman until we finally get a breakthrough at least once.
And I think John Jay, at this point, now that they've won here twice, is going to want to make Brooklyn College their permanent venue. But what else can we really say here, Ralph? We saw a great soccer game. We saw two goalies make some incredible plays. But at the end of the day, perhaps, if Grits was Scott's height, at 5 feet, trying to stop a high free ball into the corner is very difficult, I think. That one was too much, and it's unfortunate that Lehman couldn't put away the PK or their other first half chances.
That's what it is. Going back to the first meeting that was played a little bit closer, Samantha Diaz talked about, I think this is a game for us that comes down to whoever capitalizes on their chances. And today, John Jay was outplayed in the first half. Lehman did not capitalize. And that's what separates teams in soccer games all throughout high school and these college championships that you see. There might be a small window. And if you get your chance, you better bury it because the other team is good enough. If they get a chance, they get theirs. And it's sure hard to come back from what Lehman was, the pressure that they were under for that entire second half.
As we see the celebration start to begin, the fans cannot come into the grounds. They are able to watch from behind the cage. And congratulations to the John Jay Bloodhounds. 2 titles in as many seasons now with 2 different coaches. And it was Healy, it was Robledo setting them up all day, and then it was the free kick at the end. So we will still have more coverage to come for you from this game. Folks, it was a 1-0 win. We're going to have the presentation coming up shortly as the championship photos are now being taken. The gear will be coming out, and John Jay, Ralph, will have their second opportunity to try and stun an NCAA opponent. Because that'll actually do it for us here. For the time being, we will be back momentarily. It was a 1-0 John Jay win.
2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought 2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Healthfirst. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Healthfirst, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
awards the runner-up trophy, and we thank them so much. An amazing job by the Lehman College Lightning. Please
So we'll have
give
the
them a
trophy
great round of
presentation
applause.
coming up here for Lehman. First, the runners-up. Congratulations to the Lightning, who played with just 14 players the bulk of the season, at times played with only 10 or 9 and still won games. So it is a success just to even play this year for Lehman and make it all the way through and establish a foundation. And these seniors really left it out all on the field, and you can see the emotion from them. And then into the fall of 2022 for Samantha Diaz to be able to recruit, add to this for Lehman, and come back next year strong with 20-plus players, build on this, and come back and seek another title.
It was a very strong season for them, Ralph. Ciranula was fantastic. Huerta was great. Said at the beginning it would have to be a game of Melanie's if they wanted to win, but neither one could find the back corner of the frame. But Lehman did have a very good season. With this small roster you mentioned, it is incredible they're able to get this far.
Number 20, Ana Delia Rodriguez. Number 25, Eliana Felix. Number 17, Uma Sissoko.
Who's going to do an interview? What are we doing with the interview? You guys come in?
No, let's do a stick mic in front of the back though. Let's do an interview in front of the back.
Number 16, Genevieve Pastina. Number 11, Nancy Ortaz Kipanakal.
Lehman finishes up an even 7
9,
and
Michaela
7.
Canepa.
I think there's still some youth here that they can look forward to into next year. That showed me something today, particularly Uma Sissoko, the center back. Got great experience this season, but they're going to really miss these seniors of
5,
Melanie Ciranula, Emily
Huerta.
Herrera. I'd say they are all-time kind of iconic Lehman players.
4, Monica
4-year starters basically in the
Vicente.
program, but particularly for Ciranula, who came back from a torn ACL ahead of
Co-captain,
2019,
number 7,
missing that
Emily
year, then of course no
Herrera.
2020, to come back and have a player of the year kind of a season the way Melanie did. And you can see the impact that she has for Lehman. She's not just a forwarder. She was someone that was checking back, playing defense. And there's Melanie. She's someone that's going to be very memorable in the Lehman program.
There's no doubt about that. 10 goals on the season, added 3 assists, and it's tough for her because she only got to play 3 seasons, and that's including including the pandemic year, which no one played last year. She was out, mentioned the ACL injury in 2019. But I think the biggest win for her is getting back this year, Ralph, after missing that season and then playing as well as she did after missing 2 full years. It's rare in any sport, especially in college, play 2 years, then miss 2, and then try and come back. But she was just as good, never missed a step. So,
I think Lehman will rue that first half where they had real opportunities. They were good enough to win today. That's what I think they'll be thinking about on the bus ride home, that they were capable of getting there. And maybe having just a little bit more depth could have been a factor when you have so many people that when you can't sub as much. You know, those are the small things that, the little challenges that the fall sports in 2021 and some CUNY programs faced, because a lot of the rosters were skeleton, especially for the fall sports. I think everything will be better in basketball and springtime. Coaches can even recruit for the springtime to bring in players in January if your numbers are low. And there's a little bit more camaraderie and cohesiveness because players have already been in school in the fall semester. These players had to figure it out all on their own over the summer and then meet one another for about 10 days at the end of August, and then you play right into a season. That's a tough chore, and if you don't have big numbers and you have people in and out, it's very difficult to establish kind of long-term cohesion. So hats off for Lehman to battle and to deal with all those challenges and still have what ends up as a solid 7-7 year.
And now we have the champs here, Ralph, in John Jay. They go back-to-back, all smiles. Katie Healy and Cynthia Madrid. President Carol Mason out there. They've done it again. I don't believe there was a bet. There was a bet with CCNY last time. I don't believe there was one today, but they get it done. All smiles. See everybody in there on the whole staff. And Johnny Clooney getting his team their second title in a row after Casey Summers had built something very special.
Yeah, and especially hats off to Casey Summers. They graduated 10 players off the 2017 team, came back with their recruiting, 14 newcomers in 2018, made it back to the final. These players have to truly sacrifice, just like the Baruch players have to, waking up 5, 6 a.m. because they don't have a field, so they have to go practice that early in the morning, typically. You have to really want this. Wake up around 5 a.m. and you lay down a foundation. When Casey Summers started, it was nearly all walk-ons. Her first year in 2014, she only had 7 players back from the previous year and just kept telling them, sold them on the idea of be a part of the future. Maybe you won't be here, but you'll be part of the future when there are championships won. And Casey Summers, after 2019, went down and took the Catholic Universities of America job. So now living in D.C., but still, Ajani was a huge factor, of course, in recruiting and bringing in club players. And they look like they have sustainability, which is difficult in Division III.
Well, no doubt about that. He's so proud of their season. They're champs again. Played a fantastic game. It was a strong season all the way around for them. And just so many great options on their attack. And at the end of the day, while it was Fontaine that won them this contest, you take away Healy or Robledo or Madrid or Leggett, it takes a whole team to win a soccer game, especially a 1-0 draw. So while Cyan Scott was there for 8 saves, it was the players in front of her making constant decisions, moving the ball outside, when to send it out, when to pass it, those little things that all amounted to the team getting the win.
And those are key names. Adding Julia Leggett from the College of Mount St. Vincent as a grad transfer. Then Cyan Scott from Mount St. Mary's Newburgh. That's all recruiting. Finding players that fit what you need. It's truly hustle, particularly Division III. It's not like you have scholarship money to go and give out. You've got to find players that are good enough to play for you, that fit who you are, and that John Jay works for them as well, with something generally in criminal justice being their major. So you need to really pound the pavement in recruiting. And Casey Summers then, and now Johnny Clooney now, they've done that, because look at this roster. They're not hiding anybody on the field. They bring in quality. DeGlopper comes in, fits in. Look at Layla Murad. And they're just going to add to this, especially the further and further we get away from the pandemic.
Absolutely. So 2 in a row now for John Jay. They played a magnificent game. Lehman, as we mentioned, had all their chances, but the Bloodhounds are going dancing again.
And the interim head coach is Johnny Clooney. And the athletic director, Ms. Carol Cashow. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a great big round of applause to this year's champions and defending champions, the John Jay Bloodhounds.
And now, Ralph, we have the answer. Katie Healy's season will continue. She'll be a little late to basketball. I don't think she minds.
Not at all. Look, she leaves it all on the field or on the court in everything she plays. She plays. The best way was Casey Summers put it to me this way: that Katie Healy plays even better when she's angry. She's already playing aggressive and tough, but today she was in a mindset where don't dare sub her out. Don't dare put John Jay in a position where where their level isn't going to be high the whole way. And they got fortunate in the first half. They were still playing hard, but they gave up some chances. And then the second half, you could see just how determined John Jay was to completely shut down Lehman and not give them any hope.
Yeah, absolutely. The shutout was at the forefront of their minds, and now we can mention they went the entire year without giving up a single CUNYAC goal. So we will be right back, folks. An interview coming up with Brooke Fontaine. Scored the winner.
And ladies and
We
gentlemen,
will be back.
and this lady returns home to her great state of Vermont, home of the Ben & Jerry's factory. I'm sure they're going to find out about her, and they're going to hook her up. Ladies and gentlemen, the most valuable player from Essex, Vermont, with a goal in the 76th minute to give her team the championship, number 14, Brooke Fontaine.
2021-22 CUNYAC Championships are brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Hospital for Special Surgery, U.S.'s #1 hospital for orthopedics, proud to be the official hospital of the CUNY Athletic Conference. USS, the University Student Senate, a proud sponsor of the CUNY Athletic Conference. Thank you for providing our students with the platform to help shape the City University of New York. Healthfirst. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Healthfirst, New York's largest not-for-profit insurer, for being a proud sponsor of CUNYAC Community College and Senior College Championship. Hometown Ticketing. Thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing provider of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And Bob McCloskey Insurance, a longtime supporter of the CUNY Athletic Conference, the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA.
So the celebration is continuing for the John Jay Bloodhounds. They're off to the NCAA tournament. Back-to-back years winning CUNY, and we'll see what they can do in terms of their experience off of 2019, where they fell in the first round that year. Can they learn from that experience? But they're celebrating today, and they have a tough, gritty bunch with a lot of seniors and grad students. And with how tough they are, they should be a threat to challenge, even if it is #1 TCNJ that they'll get matched up with. That they just have the makings with the personnel. They're not hiding anybody. That they can hang in games, and if they get a break somewhere, they're capable of pulling off some kind of an upset or really pushing a #1 seed. So the second championship in John Jay history, in their 4th finals appearance. Historically, the program was dropped for a 5-year period, then resuscitated after a hiatus. So this is their 12th season since the restart of it. And women's soccer is thriving here in the CUNY. And of course, a very attractive place to play. Here's the final celebration, of course, for Katie Healy. And she's a heart and soul player, 13 in white. And her energy, not just today, but over the 4 years, is part of what has made John Jay be a championship program.
Once again, congratulations to the John Jay Bloodhounds, the 2021 Healthfirst CUNY Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Champions.
Brooke Fontaine is going to be standing by. She's the tournament MVP. Let's go to Zach, who's got Brooke.
Fontaine, as soon as that ball crosses the back of the net, what was going through your mind?
And just enjoyment. I mean, we've been working so hard this entire year, and to be back-to-back champions, you know, missing out on the COVID season, and so now we're just coming back strong.
Yeah, you guys got it done. 0-0 until that goal, and, you know, it was tough. The defense were stepping up. Both teams were a little off with those shots, but as soon as you got that, did you have a start to get the indication that, hey, we just might do this again?
Yeah, right away. We had to calm ourselves down, just finish out the game and keep trying.
And John Jay getting the 1-0 win. So now NCAAs are on deck for you, Brooke. How does it feel to be a champion? Clearly, you made the right college choice for this year.
It's amazing. I can't wait to go celebrate with my team and then just think about our next coming game.
That is Brooke Fontaine, the MVP of today's game, getting the Bloodhounds a 1-0 win. Stand by. We'll have Johnny Clooney, the John Jay head coach, momentarily.
Brooke Fontaine, just a brilliant strike. Coming in the 75th minute, here's another look at it. And the no hesitation was also significant there because she did have choice for service, but Brooke had missed one back in the first half from a similar distance on the other side of the field. And that, I think, was the difference maker. She had that in her mind as she stepped up there and I think was thinking that she would not miss or would really, really test Rebecca Gritz during the second time. Let's go over back to Zach again.
All right, folks, we're back. We are here. It's first time being the head coach this year. Team gets the win. Johnny Clooney, how you feeling? Your team did it in what was a trying season, but now you're on top.
Very hard fought. Give credit first and foremost to Lehman. Very tough game, very physical. Play hard all 90 minutes. But I know the ladies waiting for this day, waiting for this moment. I think they persevered.
And you were the associate head coach when the Bloodhounds won in 2019 under Casey. So now you've done it twice. You know, what did you guys maybe draw upon from 2019 that helps you today? Similar kind of game. It was close. It was low scoring, and both teams had chances at first. They just couldn't convert.
I think it goes down to experience of our returning players from that moment all weekend beforehand, from even the start of preseason. I've been stressing, they've been stressing that better mentality and the date November 6th, you know, coming knowing that nothing will be given to you. You have to earn it all the time. So I think they locked in. We made some changes in the second half. I give credit to my coaching staff as well. And then the players who played those whole 90 minutes. And I think the energy just turned up a little bit more to the second half. We sort of matched that level that Lehman was giving us and overtaking it. So.
And now that you guys are champions, what is next for Johnny Clooney and the Bloodhounds before next Saturday's next contest?
I think we're just gonna enjoy, try and get some food and rehydrate, just enjoy the weekend, enjoy the momentum. But probably before next week, find out where we dance, just look out some film, make some corrections, just get ready to go to work again.
That is Johnny Clooney. His Bloodhounds are champions for the second straight time.
Congratulations again to John Jay. That'll be the wrap-up. The Bloodhounds go to the NCAA tournament, and they go back-to-back in CUNY. And they'll have another week of practice and to try to put together a game plan against the top seed. They're now 9-5, but a team, as I said, that they have a real chance to do something in the tournament and scare a 1 seed. For our entire crew, for our producer and director today, in Ben Talbot, for Zach Weiss, my name is Ralph Bjorchik saying so long and goodbye. Coming up at about 5:15, we'll call it, is the CUNY men's final between Baruch and Lehman. Why don't you join us then on Facebook Live?